because I find the substance to be quite close. And what I am liking most these days is all the religious groups seem to be correcting the mistake which was here in the 1960s. You know, in the 1950s, 1960s, there was the idea that in some of the religious groups that you didn't have to be rich, you didn't have to be prosperous economically. God would be happy with you still. And that's where I differed with the Scripture Union, of which I was president that time, in 1965, because I said no, because they were quoting the Bible. There is a portion in the Bible which says, look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor harvest, but God feeds them. And they were quoting that to say that even if believers don't work, God will somehow provide for them. But I rejected that line in the Scripture Union, in the church. I said no. In the book of Genesis, it is clear that God created man last on Saturday and gave him dominion over nature. Said, establish dominion over nature. In other words, control nature. Use the creations for the good of God, but also for the good of humanity. So when I hear the way you are preaching now, this is really good. You are helping your people, our people. We are harmonizing the messages, because if we the reformers, we the freedom fighters, if we say mukole, work, and then some other people are saying no, it doesn't matter, even if you don't work, we are going to confuse our people. But the way we are moving now, I think we are really harmonizing, getting together. I would therefore like you, the leaders, to thoroughly grasp the line of the NRM. In the 1960s, our differences with some of the people was on the issue of the elite abasoma okubeera obulungi, and then the masses remaining in poverty. Our line was no. Exactly the words we keep repeating. Bonna basome. Bonna bagagawale. That was our line. From the beginning, that's where the difference was. And that's why actually some of the people were calling us communists. They were saying Kaguta's son has become a communist. Why has he become a communist? Because he's saying that all people must be well. And they were saying in nature, in life, not everybody can be well. One of them showed me the fingers. You young boy, you look at my fingers. Do you see that they are not the same height? I said, yes, sir. See, in life, that's how things are. Some are short, some are tall. Some are rich, some are poor. I said, no. We should have all equal opportunities and use them to provide prosperity for everybody. So that's why in the villages, we talk of like this parish development model. Where you come from, either you are born, where you have influence, I encourage you to know how many homesteads in the parish are there. like in my village there, Kaumu, in Makulubita, when I last checked, we had about 1,200 homesteads. Now, I told the people there to make sure that each homestead gets involved in the money economy and they get out of poverty. I don't want a situation where some people in the parish are all right, others are not all right. I don't support that. In Ikisozi, I have 2,035 homesteads in the 9 villages around my farm. When I started with them more than 30 years ago, they were all democratically poor. Tebalina kizibu n'obwavu, very comfortable. I would come there and find them sitting in the morning in the veranda and say, "Muli mutya nti tuli awo. Muli awo mukola ki? Nti tuli awo. Nti esente muzijja wa? Ate munange tuziraba." Then I said, no, this is not acceptable. It needs a lot of patience. Kubanga olina okuyingira mu birowoozo by'omuntu ono alowooza ki? Kulwaki talaba nti asobola kuva mu bwavu? You must penetrate their psychology. Don't just come and shout and say, oh yeah, what? No. Olina okuyingira mu birowoozo byabwe olabe ekimusibye kiki. So the 9 villages there, as I speak now, they have all moved. I think out of the 2,035, very few are. When I go there, I will check. The next time when I come, I will give you a brief. They have all the homesteads. Many of the homesteads have moved. The same with the cattle corridor, where we started the work. So I would like you to help us by spreading that message. Obubondo, what they call sectors in English, bulibuna, where you can get out of poverty. Sector 1, commercial agriculture. Obulunzi, n'obulimi, n'obuvubi, obukola sente, n'ekibalo, because you must add that the idea of ekibalo. Commercial agriculture with proper enterprise selection. Because somebody can be, because one of the problems was, I don't know whether there are people from Bukedi, from Parisa. Is there somebody from Parisa here? From Budaka? Is there somebody? Abagwere. They have got a good language. They say, "Okorre ekida kyonka." Bagamba okorre ekibuto kyokka. I like that description. Kubanga bw'okyogera mu Lunyankore, it is a bit polite. Mu Lunyankore ogamba tokorre enda yonka. Naye bo abagwere bagamba okorre ekida ekibuto kyokka. So I use it wherever I go. I say, please, abantu baffe abakyakolera ekibuto kyokka balekere awo. Bakolere olubuto ate bakolere n'ensawo. They should work for the stomach, but also the pocket. But to do so with the kibalo, with proper evaluation. So that's why we say sector 1 is commercial agriculture. And that's why for the people with smaller pieces of land, we identified 7 activities for them. 1 acre of coffee, 1 acre of fruits, 1 acre of pasture for cows in zero grazing, 1 acre of food crops, and then abatali basiraamu emanju eyo bateekeyo buli obusolo buli obulala. Abatali basiraamu mu basiraamu muyinza kuteekayo embuzi, put goats, enkoko z'amagi, then fish farming. If you are near where you can make a fish pond, these are the 7 activities for the small holders. The big holders, they can do other things. They can do even the low value crops. Now you get a place like West Nile where they do tobacco. Tobacco is a very low value crop. From 1 acre you get about 800,000 shillings a year. And the land holding in West Nile is 2 acres. Because there's also that issue of land fragmentation. And that one also I will have to discuss with your sheikhs. Because when your elder Mzee Kaguta died, you came to help me to bury him. But when you come to Rwakitola is like he left it. We cannot divide that land. And even me, when I go away, the land will remain, the property will remain together. The children can share shares, but not physical division. I don't know what the Muslims say about that, because Omugenzi Hassan Mwinyi, President of Tanzania, told me that you divide when everybody has got to share. That's what he told me. I don't know whether this one is very dangerous. The physical division of the property, physical. Our recommendation, what I'm doing with my own properties and other people who listen to me, is that abana bagabane migabo. Whatever they can kugabana, but migabo, not physical, because physical. A hoteli ngeyo Mugenzi Kibirige ya kawali Africana hotel. Physical subdivision akati umwana natwale kisenge umulala atwale lounge umulala atwale kiyungu, then what will happen So now in West Nile, because of that indisciplined and guided inheritance, okulamira tekulengera, the land is fragmented. You find the homestead has got only 2 acres on the average. So that means 1 acre, but cassava, mere food for the family, which is good. So they have got only 1 acre to earn income for the family. Now, if they make a wrong enterprise, they select like tobacco, they will never get out of poverty. That's why there we were recommending fruits, afadhali. So, sector 1 is commercial agriculture. Sector 2, manufacturing. Like, for instance, Yasir there, the man of Kawempe, the consul of Lebanon, he has got big factories there in Kawempe. He's the owner, but there are also very many young people working there. So that is the second sector that can create wealth for our people. Manufacturing, but also artisanship. Okubajja, okwocha ebyuma, okukola engato, those artisanship are also in that category of value addition and manufacturing. Then the third sector are services, obuweereza, transport, hotels, okuyimba, all those are part of the services. And sector 4 is ICT, where our master of ceremonies where she works. That is a new form of wealth which was not there before. Ebyuma bya kalimagezi, those also can create jobs and wealth for those who are educated. So therefore, I appeal to the leaders, the sheikhs, but also all the other leaders, to guide your people. Not only for you to be a business person, successful. No, also your relatives in the village, them. Because that's what I had to do with the people of the cattle corridor. They were very, very difficult people. They were like the Karamojong. But if you go there now, they have totally changed. So you go back to where you come from and make sure that those families, the ones you can influence, go into the money economy and do so with the Chiwaro. Now, that leaves one issue, the one of Entandikwa. Batandikabatia, how do they start? I was talking to a group in Kororo today, and I told them, I said, the NRM has been very clear. When we started with the NADs, this was not, there was no riba. Because some of our Muslims say, Berarikira riba. But Operation Wealth Creation was, NADs, there was no riba, because they would just give you. Government yareba wereza buwi. It was a grant. They give you. Operation Wealth Creation was the same. Now, when we brought PDM, I wrote something small there's a young girl who wrote to me from Kayunga there or something. Then I also wrote back to her and I sent them some support. She was worried about riba in PDM. But I explained to her that this money, 100 million per parish, per annum, is a grant from the government of Uganda to the parish. Government ewaduka abomuruka obukadde 10 buli mwaka. Ate buli mwaka tugenda kwongerako. Government egenda kubanja nti mukomyewo sente ezo nedda zammwe. Mwewola mwetorola among you. It's a revolving fund among you people, among those people of the circle people of the parish. So the issue is, Orinyankore, if you get a glass of water and you put it out, there will be evaporation. And through evaporation, the water level in the glass will go down because of some evaporation. Then if you want to maintain the same level, Banyankwere call it okwijuruza. Obu mu Luganda bakyogera batya? Okujuriza kyekyo? Okujuriza wekiri? Huh? Yes. So, the question is that a sentence, zisabulukuka, zitya. If I was paying 10 shillings for my hat, I normally put on my nkufira yange. Singa mbadde njugula siringi 10 buli mwaka. Omwaka guno eyo nkufira badde ku million 10. Naye omwaka ogujja bwengenda ne million 10, owedduuka agenda kungamba nti sebo emiwendo ekyuse, million 10 tezimala okufunira enkofiira, olina okwongerako 5% because our inflation here is like 5%. If it was a million kumi, it is now 5%. So, if we say, the state is not to Tomaka Guno, a million emu, Bona Gireto Umako Guja, so that it can keep the same level, Yongara call 5%. Is that riba or what? It is to maintain the level of that money. Then I'm glad His Eminence answered the other additional thing, the issue of the service. Bawereza million emweno esimu empapula biki byebagula before they give you the 1 million or the million kumi. They have got some cost. If they deduct it from the 1 million, then it would no longer be 1 million, it would now be 900,000. So how would you maintain that? So that's why for me, I was saying, Munyambi, after Mazukira, I would have to invite all the big experts, like my elder Mzee Kamregea. They will have to come and tell me that, what's this now? Is this riba or what? Okujurza, namagoba. Okujurza, gawa magoba, gawachi. So you will give me an answer. So otherwise, we are moving well. We have now brought Islamic banking. You know the NRM for us, if you call Bantu to be Zimura, from 1960s, you know, Idi Amin had made Uganda join the OIC, the Organization of Islamic Conference. When we kicked Idi Amin out, we came here in the old State House. And people like the Professor Rule, all those people say, no, Uganda is not a Muslim country. We pull it out of OIC. I think they pulled it out. But me, of course, for us, we went to the bush, 81. When we came back, the issue was on the table. Should Uganda be a member of the OIC? The majority of the people are not Muslims. Why should we be members? I said, no. Some of our people are Muslims. So, for their sake, let's join. We must join. That's how we went back to the OIC. But I think they had pulled it out. You can check. Do you have anybody from Foreign Affairs there? You can check for us? Because I remember the arguments we are here going on. We leave OIC. I mean, it was taken as one of the bad things Amin had done. Now, then that went with the university. The university of Mbari, big debate. University of Abasilam, why you own Abasilam? I say, it doesn't matter. The Abasilam are part of our people. If they can have a university which opens doors for everybody, the one I cannot accept is Ogambanti. Omwana otali Musiramu awangu debigezo ayagala kusoma ne mugarira awo sigenda kukikiriza. But otherwise, to have an Islamic university, I totally support. And I gave them Nkoma SS, a government school. Yeah. The whole government school called Nkoma SS, I gave it to them. This is where that university is. And it has done a great job, because I see many graduates from there. So then now this issue of the Islamic banking, it is the same. The same. Okay, we have got this. We had traditional banking in Ankole traditional banking. We have it. It's called Empano. Empano, I give you a cow, you give me back a cow. We have that system, traditional. But now when this system of Amagoba came, we also have it. We still have the old one, the traditional one. We now have this commercial banking and also that of Magoba. What's wrong with having the Islamic bank also, so that we also see how it works? That's how we have resolved that. So therefore, regarding the 50 years commemorating the 50 years of the Islamic Supreme Council, I will definitely be happy to come. Now, the constitution of the Muslims, I supported it. Even the other day, Professor Kabwejer was actually asking me, recently was asking me about it. After Mazukira, we shall have to get in touch and see how to push it forward. I would like to know who doesn't support it. Why would you not support the unity of the Muslims? It's a good thing. When I was fighting Amin, and many of those wars, there was somewhere some of the people supporting me here in Kampala. My Basiramu, Abbas Kibazo. Amin was a Muslim, but the Muslims were supporting us in fighting Amin, because Amin was making a lot of mistakes. Abbas Kibazo, Zubair Bakari, Haruna Kibuye. These were all the ones transporting my guns from Tanzania to here. Then the ones of Busoga, like Rubanga, and all the others. So therefore, the Constitution, which unites the people of Chibuli and the people of Old Kampala, I don't see why anybody would be against that. And I'm glad our elder, Mzee Kamregia, is supporting that, because I know the history of. Because Mzee Kamregia and we, who are ancient people, we know the issue of NAM. There was one group called NAM. NAM and East African Community, I think they were calling it East African something community, the one of Prince Badru. Then so it was not good at all. It was not good. Unity is better. So my staff, the 50 years of the Supreme Council, then the issue of the Constitution, my staff, then finally the young doctors. These young doctors, I would like to meet them after Mazukira. When I come back, my PPS be in touch with the Sheikh Mubaje, so that he links you with these young people. So I meet them and I see how to support them. So I thank you and I wish you good kusiburukuka kurwalero. Thank you. I think that way you can allow me to, they can continue.
Your Excellency, to Maliriza.
No, but they must eat. They have not eaten.
Yes, we're going now Korea. speeches ziwedde.
Basi.
Sebo.
Kati kusiwulufukira ddala.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Katonda bakuume.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for always educating us about the PDM. And I encourage all Muslims to please register with the parish chiefs for the PDM program. We have a system, Your Excellency, you say that people should be interested in knowing how many homesteads we have in the parishes. We have a system that we have developed under the Ministry of ICT that is able to capture all this information, and you can get to know how many homesteads there are by a tap of a button.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Katonda bakuume.
Amen. Let us have a photo with the girl and the boy who gave their speeches. Please come and take a photo with the president, and then we break our fast. Let me also have the parents of Rauda and Sharif to join in the photo. There are no anthems. Are we having the anthems? Are we having the anthems? No, you say it's not going to be here. Okay, for those who are going for prayers, we have a mosque. We are going to have a protocol guiding us to where the praying place is. And then we are going to have, come back here and have the dinner served. Deputy MC. Let us go for prayers and then come back to have our dinner served here where we have been. Thank you.